Welcome back, everyone, to the FSL third Valorant Open, and we are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and in the Mirrorverse we have Kiki.
Yeah,
So
we're still in the same room. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in Control's room until after the cast, so it feels like I'm gonna be stuck here.
yeah, I'm just gonna
So
keep you trapped in this alternate timeline,
yeah,
whatever it is. But we just saw. I mean, the original timeline at the very least. It was KOMOREBI Hearts versus Team Phenomenal, and of course, very close game. Unfortunately for Team Phenomenal, KOMOREBI Hearts beat them 13-11. Now we have Fuma Angels versus KOMOREBI Hearts. Both teams, I think, from the Philippines, right?
I think so. I would like to say it because it feels like the fans that are rooting for KOMOREBI Hearts were Filipino fans. We'll see. I'll have to double check with production, but it seems like we do have this tournament could not have happened without our sponsors. I do want to shout them out. It's on the bottom left of the screen. Over there. So
Yeah.
you'll see sponsored by Intel and Yahoo. So of course this tournament could not have happened without Intel and Yahoo. We've seen close games, so we've seen dominant games, 2-13-11s today, and a dominant win by the Impaler as well. So all this could not have been possible without our sponsors. And being able to see these teams play, we've had another full tournament this tournament as well, right? Valorant Open 3. It's the third month already, and we still see new teams coming in. There are some teams that are either disband, join other teams, or play for a different org, but we are seeing new teams come in, and it feels like there really is that growing grassroots movement for our female gamers, and I feel like that's very good for the growth of the scene. And the Impaler especially, like they're really good, and I feel like
Oh
they
my
they
God, yes.
can maybe eventually a team from FSL Valorant Open. I want to see at least one team play in the
Challengers.
challengers,
Oh
and
my God,
I'm just
yes.
hoping for that to happen. And I'm
Dude,
excited to see
honestly,
that day. Yeah,
yeah, I think that they could very. I mean, it's probably in the near future, closer than you'd think. I know Alter Ego Celeste, if I'm not wrong, they have participated in the Indonesian VCT challengers before.
oh nice.
I think so, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I mean, I dare say the Impaler, even though okay, their boyfriends are like pro players themselves, in Team LVR, Singaporean team or whatnot. With a strat that they just demonstrated, yeah, they can take down LVR.
I think they have a chance, really, but we'll have to see. And production has confirmed Fuma Angels has 6 Filipinos in the roster. KOMOREBI Hearts is a C mix with 4 Filipinos, 1 Malaysian, and 1 Indonesian player. So that's really interesting, and it's going to be an exciting matchup. And I feel like both teams are pretty much fully equipped. Fuma Angels were demolished by the Impaler, though. However, I think between Fuma Angels and KOMOREBI Hearts, we might see a pretty close game coming.
Pretty close game, perhaps. I mean, both teams seem to be evenly matched. Of course, maybe with the exception that perhaps Fuma Angels, I think they've participated in FSL before. I mean, I'm gonna have to take a look at my notes real quick. But yeah, they are a team that, with 6 Filipinos on their side, they seem maybe a little bit more coordinated. Yeah, because they were, Ekim, Lang, Sakalam, and stuff. But I think it also depends on the map that they're going to play. So far, we don't really know what that is going to be yet. And of
Not
course,
Icebox.
oh, right, it's Icebox. Sorry.
No, not hopefully not
Hopefully
Icebox.
not Icebox. Wait,
Yeah,
why?
because Fuma had difficulties executing an Icebox, and I feel like they're not ready for that map yet. So maybe we'll see something else.
Against, I don't know, maybe they could just on the fly quickly come up with a new strat. Something
Maybe
that
we
they
haven't
just
seen
experienced.
Bind or Ascent today, so
That
maybe
is
we'll
true.
see. Funnily enough, those 2 maps are the most picked maps, and we haven't seen them today.
Could be the Masters effect.
Might be
I
the
want to
Masters
say it
effect.
is.
I want to see for when actually Breeze starts to be in the competitive pool, because it was initially slated for Masters, but they immediately
Decided
took it
to,
out.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean it
for the
makes sense
players.
because the Breeze was too new. In fact, I think during the course of Masters there was that Yoru bug on Breeze where Yoru could
Oh
kind of like
yeah,
teleport underneath a lot of boxes and those into the pyramids or something like that. So
plant this, but yeah.
yeah, so being able to flush those bugs out first before making it into the competitive pool would be good.
Yeah, but hopefully in the next FSL Valorant Open, probably we'll see Breeze. Well, I don't know. Depends on the players, but I did, encounter Alter Ego Celeste on Breeze, and I don't want to talk about that because that was a very embarrassing game. They did run Viper Astra though, so I think they are trying out new compositions as well. I mean, we have seen, Aneri on her Jets on Rays, but a lot of these teams are trying new things, and it's very exciting, very fun to watch. And of course, I don't think that they can do it if they didn't have Intel processors.
Yeah, maybe you got to get those frames, man. Like, especially when you're using the jet ult and you're turning around, you kind of want to see everything and then be able to throw those knives as soon as possible. So you gotta get those frames.
For reals. But yeah, upcoming game. I mean, there's also a little bit of I guess a conflict with duties right now. You want to talk about this? I think you have a lot more knowledge and experience about what could be going on.
Yeah, well, the long story short is that if you lived in the Philippines and have had to use the different ISPs that are in the Philippines, there's many different connectivity issues because different ISPs have like favor different connections, I would say. So basically, ISP 1 could be pretty good in Singapore, but not good in the Hong Kong servers, and the other way around as well. ISP 2 could be good in Hong Kong, but not in Singapore. So because of that, there can be some ping issues. So when I'm playing with my friends, we kind of have to guess. And even between Singapore 1 and Singapore 2, it could be different as well. So my brother suffers from that. Singapore 1 is good, Singapore 2 is unplayable. And it seems like we fixed those issues. We've agreed on the server, and we are going into the draft right now. So we are seeing right now a breach locked in. Oh, actually, Fuma Angel already have 5 locked in. It's going to be Haven, and it's going to be Reyna, Sova, Killjoy, Omen, and Jet. So pretty standard duelist.
Is this what they played on Icebox? It's the same. Wait, no, slightly different.
Whiffy was on
the Reyna.
Reyna. They actually swapped. But Angeline is back.
Angeline is in, yes. So maybe they'll perform a little bit better this time. But we have a sub, I think, from is it another sub? Not too sure.
Yeah, Lifu.
Yeah, Lifu. We didn't see Lifu earlier on, but now she's in, and maybe that could be another interesting thing as well. I don't know, but of course this could potentially be due to those ping issues as well. But here we go. It's gonna be Haven. And taking a look at these agent compositions, it's slightly similar, but maybe with the exception of 2 initiators on KOMOREBI Hearts. We have the Breach and the Sova. Meanwhile, Fuma Angels, we only have a Sova as an initiator.
Yeah, and well, this we'll have to see how these teams actually play this out. The 2 initiator, I think KOMOREBI Hearts also had this. No, sorry, it wasn't KOMOREBI Hearts. There was another team that had a double initiator lineup as well. In one of the games we were watching today, I believe it was Meowtabi that had Breach plus Sova as well.
And that was also Haven, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It was also Haven. JDPX was on the Sova and Boo was on the Breach.
Yeah. Well, seems to be a favorite pick, I guess, in the C region, but let's see what they have in store for us. A little bit of
because it has a C site.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so I think in the previous FSL Valorant Opens, you told me that Reyna translates to queen, right?
Yeah.
In was it Tagalog?
Yes, it's Tagalog and I believe Spanish.
Spanish
we probably got it from the Spaniards.
Ah, okay, maybe. But well, Sova actually translates to owl in like some of the Slavic languages.
Interesting.
Yeah, but well, here we go. Game is underway. It's going to be a little bit of exposure towards me. Tried to shoot her down with the arrow, but she does get tagged in the head. Not gonna die though. Well,
the armor saved her from that headshot, but in the end still falls. I think that was a bit too open. You could lob that arrow from the back actually, so I don't think you need to be completely open to throw the arrow out. And it seems like Fuma Angels are off to a really good start here with a B execute. Defenders like to retake B side instead. Revi actually gets caught. She wanted to stop the flank and Lifu gets another kill of her own. And it looks like KOMOREBI Hearts are starting in hot as well, but Fuma Angels immediately make it even.
One enemy remains.
Jet.
both frenzies? Oh, they're trying so hard, but she hears her above. Can she get the flick? Oh my god, this is anime happening right in front of our faces. They're dancing back and forth. But Whiffy, with the advantage. I mean, she had the advantage, so it's just a matter of playing around the obstacles. That was crazy.
That was really interesting. There was updrafts on both sides, dashes on both
I felt like
sides.
I was watching like Goku versus Vegeta.
You ever played the game Guns?
Oh my god, yes.
It felt like that, you know.
With
you have
the swords out and
the
oh
butterfly.
my. Yeah, the butterfly, dude.
That's exactly how it felt like. It's a dash, the jump up, and then the jump down dash, and then the
Oh
dash
my
is
God,
just
that
that looked like Guns for a while.
Truly, truly. Well, it's still it is Whiffy who won in that duel. But right now, 1-0 for Fuma Angels, and they are back at it. This time, learning from her mistakes, I guess. Maybe Lolita playing a little bit safer, but exposed in the open. Now she's gonna back off. Salty going to try to open up this B site for her team. She thought about the Leer, has not deployed it though. In fact, maybe actually lurk over and then they go into C? No, actually, they're waiting for this smoke, and then they're gonna pop and explode onto the site, but they have to watch out for the right clicks, teleport away as they sense danger from the breach. Now, they're going all the way over onto the A side. 1 minute left on the clock, let's go.
Shadows.
They still have 5 of them. They all have Spectres, I believe. So it's going to be a pretty good A hold here. A is one of the hardest sites to retake, in my opinion. But Kababe, getting those classic right clicks, and it's gonna be a massacre all up to the Omen now. And Angeline is gonna get the spike down Lifu with a humble Spectre here against 3. Sorry, a humble classic against 3 Spectres.
She tries, but while she runs away, she gets tagged, and of course Whiffy will be able to secure the kill. 2-0, and Fuma Angels are... I mean, that was a good call for them to rotate over. I don't know how they kind of sensed the danger, but perhaps it was the utility. Maybe they just had a good read that, okay, they're rotating over onto B side. Let's just make a quick move over onto A. And of course, that kind of, with the firepower, they seized the initiative to push into the site really quick. Kind of gave them the superior positioning. Of course, they won the duels, which gave them the man advantage. And I think ultimately that's what secured them the round. So this time, though, there is a bit of a technical pause, perhaps. But KOMOREBI Hearts with the full buy, this should be their round.
Yeah, and definitely should. With the Spectres on the Fuma Angels, they should have the advantage, especially like at range here, which is why I feel like KOMOREBI Hearts should not be looking at C site, because you have the long haul there that you don't really want to push against. And the Killjoy is there as well. I feel like the best site to actually go for
out of
is...
my way!
And it looks like they're still going to force the issue here. With using the smokes, you can kind of close the gap.
Well, you have to explode and use your Leer effectively to gain yourself safe entry onto the side, and that's exactly what they're going to do, but with the whiffs her blades, people will pick one up. Immediately gets traded though, and now K-Rose already tries to stay alive for a bit while she reloads, but Angeline has her number, and this is Fuma Angel's site now. 2v3 retake, and they're stuck in garage trying to find the shots. The drone is probably going to spot them out. However, oh, actually gets blinded. She gets the frag on the Akane, starts to spin around, but Revi shoots her down. All up Scarlet is 1v2, pops her fault line, but Nano Swarm in place. She's got about 30 seconds left. Needs to make this work. Keeps them at bay with the flash though.
Stop and let me
She got a half.
For them.
Yeah, Revi went in for the peak.
Are they gonna die? Okay, no.
No. So they win the bonus round, and they maybe did they? Yeah, they pick up a couple weapons perhaps. But I feel that
one upgrade on Revi.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Well, they have the money still. 3 rounds in a row. Of course, that's what they get. But there was a world where Scarlet actually managed to stick it and defuse all the way
Just
through.
cool down.
Revi with the first few shots.
Yeah, I feel like if she stuck that, it might have gotten it. But, you know, in that situation, it's a lot of 50-50s that you take.
Yeah. spraying down C long with a Spectre is gonna be a little bit scary at times, but now Kabe playing a little bit aggressively up towards punished. And now this is going to be the entry on towards the A side. Of course, those Scarlet Bullets does not spot Angeline. Side is open. Spike goes down. 2v5. They don't have the best weapons. I don't see them winning this round. I say that and then Leafy gets one.
Yeah, it's still 2v4 though, even though Lifu gets one. That was just an overly eager Reyna trying to finish around as soon as she can. But the upgrade from Kero, this might be scary right now. Kero gets a headshot with that Venal.
Last player standing.
Corner. Hakane gets the kill. Let's see if Lifu can continue this with Whiffy is going to finish the job. And it's 4-0 now. Okay, you see, attackers won. It finally comes up. Unlike the last time, the spectator mode is a bit bugged.
Perhaps. But I mean, do you think this could really be? I mean, both teams seem to be evenly matched in terms of you know, gunfighting and utility usage. But earlier on, KOMOREBI Hearts did a lot better because the map was split and they kept switching and shuffling things up. This time around, Haven maybe attacker sided because of 3 sites. Fuma are starting to go on a roll.
Yeah, it's a more attacker-sided map, and I feel like the KOMOREBI Hearts have a more aggressive defense. If you watch how they play defensively, they like pushing forward, and it feels like Fuma Angels are ready for that. They're kind of, I think Fuma Angels have the firepower advantage over KOMOREBI Hearts right now, and KOMOREBI Hearts need to fortify their defenses a bit more, and especially the retakes. I think those are just not working out for them.
Yeah, they're really... Well, first of all, they're letting the sites leak in, but now with the retakes...
area.
So far, they have not been successful. But what they have been successful at is, you know, when the Reyna starts to get a little bit greedy or antsy, they are able to take at least a couple players down. 3v5 and 3v4, they have the Hunter Fury. Now it's getting used. In fact, it's going to attack 2 players in a row. Kababe does fall. Lowe's just going to stick it. And her teammate is not there to provide cover. Kero, 1v3, will not be able to do much. Hakane with the headshot will secure the win for her team. Fuma Angels now with a 5-0.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst spots to be in. Like, Kero was on the spike, but you know that there's 3 people looking down at C long, and there's just nothing you can do. You're a killjoy. You don't have smokes. You can't hide behind a sage wall. You can't do anything. You can't even dash in to duel them. You just gotta stand there and wait for them, hope they peek, and hope you win the gunfight. And it's just difficult. And I feel like the Fuma Angels are the ones shuffling things around. Like, KOMOREBI Hearts have to keep guessing.
Right,
and
it was C, now it's A.
And they don't have an answer, and they're playing really fast. Fuma Angels, once they get a little bit of information, they go. And I think that's what's scary for KOMOREBI Hearts. They're having difficulties really securing the sites. They can't even get 1 kill. Like, as a defender, your best scenario, your best opener is to make it a 5v4 immediately off the bat. Like, pick one off, hide, go for a retake later. But 5-on-5 retakes are difficult for defenders.
Yeah, because you essentially, you know, flip the tables around, and then the defenders become attackers because they have to attack and decide to retake it. And now that they don't have the best firepower, they're just kind of walking in with the sheriffs and pistols. They're trying to find whatever they can get. Kero will be able to pick one up, and now Scarlet chimes in as well. Still though, the firepower, they're waiting on the other side of the smoke, and of course, Angeline and Revi will just let it spray all over the place. 6 wins now for Fuma Angels.
And it's still a clean sweep, and like you mentioned, planting a spike down means that the tables flip. But it's not just about the tables flipping, because for a 5v5 retake, you have to fight 5 players on site. That's so much harder than attacking, where there's typically only 1 to 2 players on a site. If they stack, it might be 3, but it's typically a 5v3, and you know how hard it is to get into a site with control already. I imagine that in a 5v5 retake, it's basically the same thing. You flip that 5v5, and there's 5 people that are planted on the site, and it's just so difficult to retake as a 5v5. Like, a 3v3 retake is way more doable than a 5v5 retake.
That's
on a defender side.
100% agree with you. It's just this thing of they're letting KOMOREBI Hearts let getting the sights in, but this time with the Guardian, Lolita will be able to find one, but there come the trades. It's just quick reactions from Fuma Angels. They, like you said early on, get a bit of information and they immediately start pressing the green light and they go in. And once one player falls, someone comes back in to trade them off, and now they have the man advantage. Of course, with the number advantage here, they get to decide. You can go in towards any spike site now, whether it's A or B or C. There's going to be a 50-50, well, maybe not 50, like 33.333, repeating, of course, percentage of KOMOREBI hearts having at least 1 or 2 on either site. And that's just, with 4, it's like 2v4, it's a numbers game. Of course, Fuma Angels are going to win. And they TP onto A as well. The blind comes forward. Scarlet falls. They have this site for free.
Just great TPs there. Angeline likes to be in the same spot. It's a backside, like her 2 TP usages were both on that same spot, and for both times it was Breach that caught the short end of the stick there.
Yikes. Well, Lifu from the top tries to do something, but the blind doesn't quite connect. Able to pick up Whiffy though, but Carol will fall. 1v3 now. And this is very difficult. Not the easiest, of course. She was pretty low as well. Dropping down, Revi will be able to say goodnight to Lifu. But 7-0, and it's just not good at all for KOMOREBI. With even purchasing up on an off as well now. She has her
Fuma Angels just look such a different team when Angelina's in compared to the earlier iteration. It seems like they seem more what's the word, like I'm looking for a word here. It's decisive.
Cohesive?
Like
decisive.
It's not even cohesion. It's just they know when they go, they go. I felt the total opposite when they were in the icebox. Like they didn't know what to do. They didn't do anything at all.
And now they're just confident.
Exactly. There's a lot of confidence. And it's not like she's opening these the site or anything. She's not a duelist. She's not the first one in. What she's doing is keeping them in the game and getting those frags left and right. And Salty is definitely the opening fragger right now, and she's been opening every single part. Like sometimes she'd get traded, but she does her job, right? Like if she doesn't get traded, she's gonna get kills, and that's what's working really well for the Fuma Angels. Like not even a strategic, like a outplay, but it's just look at that. Like Whippy goes in, goes for a few knives, dashes out. Salty is there to go for the trade. Like even if she falls there. They're just there. They're just fighting. Like there's no deep strategy to this. There's nothing like crazy executes here. They're just playing so much better. They're just getting those frags, and they're just sharper at this point in time.
A lot more. I mean, you said the word was decisive. I feel it's just winning this many rounds in a row is a huge confidence boost, and now you don't see that much hesitation. They decide on a site, and they just go in for it. And, well, now Whiffy finds an opening pick as well. That just feels even better. On the side of KOMOREBI Hearts, on the other hand, this is very scary. They're trying to switch things up as well. I mean, earlier, I think Hakani was on the C side. This time, she's on A, but it's still kind of going back and forth. Lifu is able to shut down the player out towards C, but they don't have that much information. In fact, Angeline pushing up on towards B now, she might have been blinded, but she took Lifu down. And again, it's the numbers game. Fuma Angels around, but Scarlet has something to say about this. 4-3 swings around the corner, picks up one, but Whiffy instantly swaps over onto her Frenzy and rushes her down. 9-0. This is 9 rounds in a row. I don't want to jinx it, but are we gonna see a 12-0?
I think we might at this rate, because like you can see how they play. Like everyone, someone goes down, there's a trade. So Fuma Angels are playing really, really tight. Like there's no free kills here, except for one. Like I think we saw. Was it Salty? Yeah, Salty was all the way in C, but she did get one by herself before eventually falling to Lifu. But it's just clinical gameplay here from Fuma Angels, and they know they have the firepower edge over KOMOREBI Hearts, and they're using it to their advantage. Look at this push right now. Whiffy with the operator, Salty pushing up. I think this is just perfect. They don't get a kill, but they're scared and they're forcing rotations.
That's right.
And let's see if Fuma Angels can actually do something across the map here. Whiffy is just gonna hold this for a very long time till she gets a pick.
Yeah, maybe even lurking over. Trying to jump a little bit back and forth to bait someone into peeking, but nothing doing so far. In fact, it's going to be 4 players up towards B. Hero is the only one here to stop them. And she has her lockdown, but doesn't have the information to deploy it just yet. And now she gets blinded. She does not find a shot. Actually had someone against her backs, but this time around, my god, I think she's
one enemy remaining.
Back towards Fuma Angels. It's all up to Khabib. She has her knife, she has the Spectre, but 1v4. Not the best duel. She picks up one, picks up the weapon, tries to dash away. But Angeline just says goodnight. 10-0.
One swap was a bit greedy. I think she would have gotten those kills had Angeline not thrown the paranoia, but the moment that she actually saw Akane there, she got blinded and she was shooting right between Salty and Akane. All the bullets were just in between the 2 players. Like if she went a little bit left or a little bit right, she would have gotten one kill or the other. But the blind from Angeline really saved her 2 teammates there.
My god. That's the
I'll
difference.
find them.
I mean, KOMOREBI hearts seem scattered all across the map. Maybe Haven is not some a place where they feel comfortable. I mean, Fuma Angels right now is just very tight, like you said earlier on. That's the key word. Every time someone pushes in, it's kind of like, I want to say, leapfrog. One person, it's this covered move maneuver. One watches one angle, someone from the back covers another angle, and then they just keep leapfrogging ahead and ahead and ahead. And now they're already out towards B. Lear in as well. They might be able to open up the site.
Saw the hands there. Yeah.
My
You
god.
should run.
It's because she's situated. The arm goes out when you do that.
Well, it's gonna be Odin though. And
Spike down
it's
B.
Trade
One
now,
enemy
down to
remaining.
Sova v Sova. Just waiting for the lockdown to disappear.
I have the spike.
Hakane picks up the spike. Could actually plant it down, but does she know where the other Sova is?
No, she doesn't, and I don't think the other Sova knows where she is either. So it is gonna be
Has the ult.
Spike
Sova
planted.
How are they gonna Sova diff this? Okay, Lolita has a full belt of utility. Hakane, on the other hand, maybe half of what she has. All right, no ult, no drone. Might
Wait, is she
even
going
be.
for lineups?
Does she have it? Hakane? Have you been watching Average Jonas? Well, this is
Scanning
a
ahead.
very simple, I guess, lineup, right? Because the spike was planted for spawn. Oh no, that's no. Now she's playing with her. Lolita though, taking it, gets the frag.
God.
Whoa! Just sheer nerves of steel.
Both times when she
Last
when
round
Hakane
in the
jiggles
half.
there, Lolita didn't bite.
Until the read and like, yeah, the
Yeah,
last one.
that was a read if I've ever seen one. That was like absolutely red right there, like blue tick twice over.
Oh my god, yes.
Like,
Of
okay,
course.
so it's like an embarrassing 12-0 there, but that was
Thanks.
look at that. Look at that.
Jiggle.
Doesn't bite until the last one.
I know when you're gonna peek. I got the
Yeah,
spike
no,
halfway.
there's a bit of the mind games there, right? For Lolita, she knows that she can get a half here, and she knows that once she gets the half, Hakane has to fully commit, which is why she actually stopped after the half. So I feel like that's what happened for Lolita. The read was based on her needing to get that half to gain the advantage, because she knows that if she doesn't get that half, she's gonna be at a disadvantage. So like if she dies trying to get the half, then well she lost the gamble. But dying to get the half is that in the lineup?
No, it's not. Oh, wait, it is!
Yes, it is!
It actually got destroyed at the very last second?
Last player standing.
Dude! 1v5 now. What can Lolita do? No magic like what she did earlier on.
I thought it failed too, but there's like half a second left.
That was... My god.
What? That was really sick. That was Hakane basically saying that, okay, I didn't win the last round. Yeah, I'm gonna win this round. That was
Whoa.
that lockdown, if it went off, would have spelled doom for them. And basically, the lineup with the arrows is just did she do that freehand? I'm not sure. It felt like it was a lined up shot because she was at a corner.
Yeah. I think she was. It really looked like a lineup. Like that's a play that deserves a shish.
Yeah, that's an absolute shift right there, man. Like shock darts just straight onto the lockdown. I think that you can shoot through the wall as well. Is that correct? The wall. I know that you can shoot through the wall if you. Oh, okay, got it.
I think. Yeah, some walls. I don't know. Penetration. It's depends on the like angle and the wall. Maybe if the corner works, but
Spike down
wow,
A.
just a full ghost firing. Actually able to take down 2 players now.
remaining.
Numbers game again for Fuma Angel, and they win. They put a stop to this push. It just
Match
all
point.
apart.
I didn't even notice the push because they all just dropped. Like that was quick rotations from Fuma Angels. I think KOMOREBI Hearts were quite desperate. They wanted to do a rush to overwhelm and take the site. A is the best site to do that, and the idea was there, but Fuma Angels were ready.
They were so ready. I mean, you don't see that too often. Having just every single player up towards that one spot from spawn, and all 5 ghosts.
They lined up too.
Yeah, they really did. But here we are. It's 12-1. It's match point, and KOMOREBI are desperate to get a win. They even went in with the stingers, a weapon that you don't see too much these days. So
Yeah, after the nerfs, right?
yeah. Oh my god. Here we go. Enabled by the paranoia, unfortunately will not connect. But they're still pushing forward, and again, Fuma Angels are winning these duels. The trades come forward.
1 enemy remaining.
2v1 now.
Spike down mid.
And she's solo as well. Leave. That's it.
Defenders win.
Revi immediately wraps around the corner, Spectre in hand, sprays all over the place. 13-1.
Yeah,
And it's just tight.
It's just Fuma Angels were just too strong, and you could see the scoreboard. Like they're all just showing up. Salty, Whiffy, Angeline, like all just really making it happen. Salty and Whiffy combined 8 first bloods. Meanwhile, the whole enemy team, the side of KOMOREBI Hearts, they only had 4 first bloods across all 5 players.
Yeah, well, they were on defense, I guess, the first half, and that was maybe it's the map, I don't know, but they just weren't able to find the frags at all. And of course, even if they do, when they do find, a couple of first bloods here and there, it's just the quick plays, the quick trades from Fuma Angels. And I think on defense, KOMOREBI just, I mean, you brought this point up earlier on, the 5v5 retake thing. They kind of just let the sides go, and they were afraid to even stand their ground and stop them from pushing in. Because every time they tried, they got taken down.
Yeah, it was just difficult for them to actually gain some ground, and 5v5 retakes just aren't it. And Fuma Angels are going to proceed further into this. And just taking a look at the brackets real quick. They will be playing the winner of Valkyries versus Asteria. So Asteria is still in the tournament, making that lower bracket run. And meanwhile, just to update everyone, the next game is actually going to be upper bracket game. So we are going to watch the Impaler versus SXG.
SXG. Okay, SXG. Do you recognize this name?
SXG? No, not really.
Neither do I, because I don't think I've ever seen them make it playoffs before. But
Okay,
they
they've
have
been here
been
since Open 1.
Exactly. Yeah, they have been around since Open 1, but they never actually quite made it in towards the playoffs before. Meanwhile, the Impaler have, but they, ultimately lose to the likes of maybe Alter Ego Celeste or what have you. But I did do a quick Google search on some of the players' names from SXG. Some of them are Radiants with pretty crazy headshot percentages. I'm gonna look at some stats during the break, but this is gonna be a pretty big game.
Radiant. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm excited for this right now because we've seen the Impaler actually have a dominant game against Fuma Angels. Fuma Angels had a dominant game against the KOMOREBI Hearts. And just the skill gap between the teams, you could see quite a bit of a gap between the top teams. And if the Impaler and if SXG are even close to the level of the Impalers, then we have a game in our hands.
Yeah, I think we really do have a pretty big game on our hands. But yeah, that remains to be seen after the break. In the meantime, guys in the chat, everyone, whoever is watching this, go for a quick break. Maybe grab a drink, a snack, or what have you. It's about 3:30 p.m. in Singapore right now, but I think if you want to look up more FSL Valorant action, we have other streams as well. I mean, they're going through the Group A and Group B stages, I think. If what languages do we have? Bahasa Indonesia and
Yeah, and Thai. So
yeah,
Thai on Twitch and Bahasa on YouTube. So check out the links on the page. If you're watching us, that means you're on Facebook. If you look at the description, you'll have the streams on there as well.
that's right. So we're gonna see you after the break. Don't go away, guys. We'll be right back.